Yo guys, Jack here, and today we're going to kick things off with a brand new Easter egg on Aftermath. You load in the map Epicenter and you need to spawn near the Russian deployment, blow that wall up there with an RPG, and bam, in there you can see it. I think it's a Sherman tank, and it's a tank from Battlefield 1942. You can see the posters there on the wall, some screenshots from the game, and of course you've got the epic theme tune playing in the background. Now, when you shoot this tank, nothing happens. As you can see, it doesn't trigger anything. It's just a cool little Easter egg that DICE have added there. I love it when DICE put little Easter eggs in the game like this for people to find. I've got to give credit to IND Gamers. They were the first people, I think, that posted this. Definitely the first video I saw on YouTube about this Easter egg, so congrats to those guys for finding this. Now moving on to the gameplay, we're still on Epicenter, Conquest, and I'm playing with my friend Roz. I'm using the Scar L here with the heavy barrel and Kobra sight. You know, I'm really liking the Scar L at the moment. It's working out quite well for me, especially in these longer range Conquest maps. It doesn't fire as fast as some of the other assault rifles that people would consider overpowered, such as the M16 or the AEK, but as you can see, the recoil goes directly upwards, and that means that it's very easy to counteract. All you've got to do is pull down on your mouse or on your analog stick if you're using a controller, and even over long distances you can get relatively tight spreads. So if you're doing like 5 or 6 bullet bursts, you're still going to be pretty accurate if you're countering the recoil. Now, I'm still absolutely loving Aftermath. It's only been out like a week, and I've probably played more Aftermath than I ever did with Close Quarters and Armored Kill. It really is that good. If you're into infantry combat, you need to pick this up. If you haven't got it already, I strongly advise you to go and get it. Now, with Aftermath came some new assignments, and me being such a completionist, I had to go and finish all these as quickly as possible. And luckily, the Aftermath ones are quite easy to get. You don't really need to work hard for them. It's just more about playing the game, using the equipment that you have, getting crossbow kills, playing an hour on a certain map. So they're pretty easy to bash out. But I also noticed that I still haven't done some of the other premium assignments. Now, the two in particular that were quite hard to do were Maverick and Get to the Chopper. So for the Maverick assignment, you have to get 50 kills with jets and 25 attack or scout helicopter kills with jets. For the Get to the Chopper assignment, you have to get 50 kills with scout or attack helicopters, and you also have to destroy 25 main battle tanks with scout or attack helicopters. I found the Maverick achievement harder because now that the game has been out for a year, the people that fly in jets regularly are really good in jets. And I'd say that I'm above average. I'm okay in a jet. I had a lot of practice in 1942 and Battlefield 2, so I know how to fly a jet. I've got spacebar bound to pitch up so I can turn. I know about 300 miles an hour is the correct turning speed. I know the basics, but when I get into the whole fly around in a circle thing, when you're chasing someone or when someone's chasing you and it just goes on and on and on, and you keep doing loop-the-loops until someone fucks up, and you can try doing a scissor roll, but then the other guy does a scissor roll and you end up in the same place. And when it gets to that point and I go up against like a good pilot who knows how to turn and knows all the basics, I just can't be arsed. I'll just jump out of the jet and just go and cap a flag or something, or try and plant an MCOM. I found the best way to kill scout or attack helicopters was on Carg Island. So on Carg Island Conquest, you've got both of these helicopters. You've got scout helicopters and attack helicopters. So all you got to do is just wait until one of them shows its face, fly high, go in for the kill, hope you get it and don't get tracked by another jet, and then repeat. So after a while I managed to get this assignment, and I did come up against a lot of good jet pilots, so it was quite hard to get this one. The Get to the Chopper assignment, that was a bit easier for me because I would say I'm a better pilot in the helicopters than I am in the jets. I prefer helicopters as well. They're a bit more nimbler in my opinion. You can dodge in and out, you can weave up and down, and they're more fun to me anyway. But I do wish that the rocket pods on the attack helicopters did a bit more damage to main battle tanks, because they seem to take an absolute pounding from these things. Those assignments were hard to get, and I've got a few more left. I'm really not looking forward to the Scar H specialist one. 20 kills with M15 AT mines. I've got 1 kill ever with mines. I don't use them. They're hard to use, but I've heard you can put mines on jeeps and drive into tanks, and that's like a cheap, easy way of getting kills. Another one I'm also not looking forward to is the MTAR specialist, and to get that you have to kill 10 pieces of enemy equipment with the EOD bot. Apparently vehicles count as enemy equipment, so that's going to require some patience. It's going to require sitting at base and going after tanks or AA vehicles that are out on the field, distracted by flying vehicles, but we'll get there eventually. Moving on, I'd like to say hi to my new subscribers. In the last 30 days, I've picked up 25,000 new subs, and I haven't really done a personal video like this for a couple of months, so consider this a formal greeting from me. Hello, and thank you for subscribing and watching my videos. You're awesome. Ideally, I'd like to hit 100,000 subscribers by January the 1st, 2013. Could that happen? Maybe, maybe not. I'd love it if it did happen, but apparently the world is going to end when Psy gets 1 billion views on his music video for Gangnam Style. He's actually pretty close, so it's probably going to happen soon, guys, and if the world does explode, it was nice knowing you, but maybe in 6 million years when our atoms and molecules have reformed in another galaxy somewhere, we can catch up and remember the old days, maybe even sing a song together. That'd be nice. Speaking of songs, and seeing as the year's coming to a close, I wanted to talk about a couple of my favourite singles this year. So I'm not talking about albums, I'm talking about individual songs that you've heard and that you really love. A couple of my favourite songs of the year are as follows. The first one is by a band called Alt J. They're a British band and it's a song called Something Good. Now if you haven't heard this song, you can check it out in the annotation there. It's got a beautiful music video to go with it as well, fits the song perfectly. And it's just so chill. Like, I've listened to this song a million times this year. It's brilliant. I love it. And if you haven't heard of the band Alt J, you should definitely check out their album. I think it's called An Awesome Wave, and they actually won the Mercury Music Prize this year, so highly recommended to listen to their music. The other single, on the other end of the spectrum, something a bit more poppy, is Sweet Nothing by Calvin Harris. So this is just a bit of a tune, really. It's got a good beat, it's got incredible vocals by Florence Welch on there, so definitely check that song out if you haven't already. The video's a bit nuts for it too. What are your favourite songs of the year? I'm sure that I've missed out on some, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm a big fan of music, and I have a very open mind when it comes to music. I'll listen to anything. I'm not one of these guys that's just like one genre and everything else is shit. If I like it, I like it. Simple as that. Last song related comment now. I'm working with a couple of other people on a DayZ Christmas song video. It's looking good. It's going to be out pretty soon. Definitely going to be out before Christmas, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense, so you can look forward to that. And there's also some more DayZ gameplay videos coming out soon. There's some hot news doing the rounds on the internet at the moment, and that's that Valve, the company behind Steam and games such as Half-Life, Team Fortress and Counter-Strike, are working on a gaming console which is set to be released in summer 2013. Rumours are the Steam Box, as it's commonly known, will basically be a small form factor gaming PC for the living room disguised as a console. It would run either Linux or a Steam based operating system, come with its own controller and be designed to compete with the next generation consoles from Microsoft and Sony. Whilst this hasn't been officially confirmed by Valve, it's all but certain and it makes a lot of sense to me. I think the idea of a Steam Box for the living room is a great idea. Number one, Valve don't fuck around. They know what they're doing. They listen to us, they've got some amazing talent working there, they have a lot of money to work with, it simply can't fail. Number two, I think having a controlled, user-friendly PC environment in a gaming console is a step in the right direction. Mouse and keyboard support, open software, all the positives of a gaming PC without the hassle of driver and hardware updates wrapped into a nice little box you can plug into your TV and bash your games out on. Number three, Half-Life 3 as a launch game? Yes please. As long as they release it on PC too, I'd be a very happy bunny. And all this talk about Steambox got me thinking about an idea for a video. The idea is that I would try and build a Steambox, okay? So I'd be going off the rumours that we have about the hardware and the specifications of the Steambox at the moment. And I'd also be aiming to spend the same amount of money that, say, the Xbox 360 launched at in the UK when it was released, and I think that was around £300, £280 to £300 when it was released. I know the PS3 when that was released was like 450 quid or something, so not going to be looking that high. I'm going to be aiming around 280 to 300 pound. Can I build a small form factor gaming PC that would run 720p at 60 FPS and 1080p at 30 FPS? Because that is what I think the next generation consoles are going to be aiming for. Is it possible? I think it would be an interesting proposition, and I would show you guys how to build it as well. So if you were interested in that sort of thing, you could buy the components yourself, watch the tutorial, and have yourself your own little Jackfrags Steam box in your living room before it's even been released. Would you guys like to see that sort of thing? Let me know in the comments. I think it's a good idea, and I'm really looking forward to trying out something like that, so let me know your thoughts. Wrapping things up, I'm off to see The Hobbit this weekend. I'm a massive fan of the Lord of the Rings movies. I think Peter Jackson did an incredible job of adapting the books to film, and I'm looking forward to seeing which direction he took The Hobbit. Hope you enjoyed the footage, guys, and like that little Easter egg at the start. Share it around, leave me a rating if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.